Welcome back. My name is Dr. Dean, and I'm here with my friend
Venzel. Welcome back, everyone. So we're going to start today with the squat. This is step number 3 in our series. Okay, we're going to start first with the setup, and the setup is the plan and map, and that it's a phase with the plan and mapping. And then next we engage the what?
Inner unit, which is basically the respiratory apparatus,
Exactly.
right? So that's this sort of central part. And then we evolve that out to the outer unit, which is basically the myofascial slings.
Exactly. And then 2, we engage spinal stability, which equals
Spinal mobility,
Exactly.
right? We talked about that before. Spine is moving in athletics, so it has to be mobile. It's not
Exactly.
stuck. Yeah.
Exactly. And it includes also ground force.
Ground force reaction, and then of course forces, which are torsion, load, shear, and then accepting a load, transmitting a load, and producing a load.
Exactly. And then thirdly, we are going to engage what? Readiness and awareness. And what is that to you?
Yeah, so readiness basically is, am I present? Am I thinking about my move? Am I planning my move? Am I understanding my teammates and such? But then there's the awareness of the space around me, right? Yeah.
Exactly. And then we go into the phase of what?
Execution, which is the map part of plan and map.
Exactly. And then firstly, in the execution part of this, we go into consciousness, which is dealing with our memory and novelty. And what is novelty?
So novelty is like that it's brand new. You're basically a student, where memory is you're kind of already, you've been practicing and you're kind of refining.
Nice, nice. And then also we go into proximal distal loading, what we were talking about, incorporating our inner motor units and obviously getting stability, which also equals mobility to our outer units, which is our appendages, our legs and arms, okay? And then thirdly,
quality and consistency, just making sure that the moves, the drills you're doing aren't falling apart and they're staying on target for your sport.
Exactly.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yep. And then, which leads into number 4, which is
specificity. Yeah.
Exactly. And then number 5, we're going into failure of the form, and then going into reset, failure, reset. And this is key. We're not going to fatigue, but we're going to make sure that shape is ingrained into our client or in the specific individual, so they know how that shape operates and they know when they're doing it wrong.
Correct. So the reset is just refining the
motor
drill.
pattern. Yep.
Yeah. So great. Thanks so much for that. Okay, so let's dig into the squat just briefly. Okay, so we're going to start in that core neutral position.
Okay.
Good. Now he's looking at the 120s. They're all there. He's got the good spinal stability. I can tell he's, he's a brick, right? It's great. Now I'm just kind of loosen up just quickly with a little rotation. So from neutral, go, yeah, just a little rotation, left, right, yeah, okay. And then, so now let's drop into the squat from here. So he's gonna go below core neutral and his arms are gonna drive out a little bit more, just a very small drive, yep. Yeah, squat, and then neutral, and squat, and neutral, good. And then I want you to squat, rotate, and press over there.
Okay.
Go. Good, yeah, and then relax, and then neutral, go, good, and then squat and rotate to the left, drive, yeah, good, and then back up, good. So that's an example of just combining a couple of the different drills together. Okay, so let's look at some variations of the squat. Okay. Let's start with, what did we say we were gonna do? Baseball, or softball, yeah, all right. So we're not going to throw a ball, but we're just going to sort of mimic how it's working. Now, remember, depending on the sport, there are going to be variations on the squat. The squat is not always just driving, coming down and driving. The idea is that the squat is there as a part of the movement that you're doing and that it's refined, right? Quality and consistency. Okay, great. So why don't you step back a little bit, right? So here comes the ball, ground ball, right? Pop and go. Yeah, so notice his core neutral here went through core neutral into the squat, and you can see now his shoulders aren't level, right? They're on a tilt. And he's got some specificity here distally to catch that ground ball. And you notice that he's really seated strongly. Like I'm going to probably talk for about 20 more minutes, and I just want to see if you can, I'm kidding, right? And then back to core neutral, and then release, right? So you notice we pulled him out of your specific drill through core neutral. Don't ever end from the drill and just relax, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's try that again. So let's catch a ball that's a little bit higher this time, like to chest level, right? And from relaxed, core neutral, go. Good. And then let's catch the ball, so release. Okay, now I want you to go through core neutral into your squat, into that higher ground ball catch. Ready? Drive. Nice. So now you see it's a little bit different. Good. Relax. Good. Let's try it one more time. All the way through core neutral. Notice he has to go through core neutral. Into a little bit of rotation, into the sport-specific drill, right? And go. Nice. Good. And release. Great. And go ahead and take off your glove. Okay, I'm going to do tennis. So basically, I'm just going to show the ready, right, behind the baseline for returning a serve, right? And we went over this before in the 30-minute version of the squat, right? So I'm just looking down the line, right? I'm looking at my opponent, right, getting ready to serve. They're preparing for their serve. And I'm going to pull up my racket right here. Now, I can't just go like this and get ready, right? When I get ready, I relax my shoulders. I have a cross hold here, but I'm in my ready grip here. I may even be in my forehand grip a little bit. And I'm going to go here and release. I tone up, right? So from relax, and I'm on. So I'm not just on mechanically, I'm on consciously, right? Because I know this from my memory, right? So that's a version of the squat, right? So we could do the squat just, just in the device, and that's it. Okay, what else should we do?
Let's do volleyball.
Okay, let's do volleyball.
Yep.
Great. Okay, so this is the bump, right? Let's do the bump. Okay. And then, so he's going to be here, right? And so that's his position, right? It's somewhere between neutral and the squat. It's not as low, show full squat. It's not as low as that. It could be for the bump, right? So relax. Good. Okay, and then let's get ready for the bump. So the ball's going to be coming, and get ready. Yep, go. Good. And the ball's going to come here and bounce back up, release. And then it's going to come back, right? So spike, bump, right? Set, spike, right? Okay, and then here we go again. So from the spike, here comes the ball down from the spike, right? Just like that. Perfect. Great. Okay, so that's our examples for the core neutral evolving into the squat. A couple of sport-specific examples. Hope you liked it. Any questions, please contact us. Dr. Dean.
Venzel.
See you on the next drill example.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good one.
Now we're going to look at the squat. The squat comes from the core neutral position, and it's a lowered core neutral. So it's down, keeping the chest up. It's down, keeping the chest up. So I want you to see this from the side. Relaxed, neutral, looking for that 120. Now, there isn't a rule about how low the squat should be. It depends on what sport you're training for, or if you're training for a specific therapy. But I want you to notice that I'm sitting down and back, and I'm maintaining the same lean, right? So it's not, as I go down, the lean is not changing, right? So as I drop down from core neutral, I'm going to drop, right? And I'm going to get, like for me, functionally, this is a really comfortable position. From here, I can fan the hands back, and then you want to make sure that it's 120 degrees. From here, I'm going to keep my inner unit contracted, and I'm just going to pulse. Now, I want you to notice, again, that it's almost imperceptibly small. And I'm going to pulse my hands back. But notice I'm not straightening my arms as I pulse, pulse, pulse. And then I want to make sure that my belly stays contracted to support my lower spine. And honestly, if I had to do 5 more of these, I think I might die. And back to neutral. And squat. So I like to also do the squat as a push press. Let me just reset this. And I like this because it creates a little bit of, I'm going to use the basketball. This is actually a weighted basketball, so it weighs about 3-4 pounds. So from the neutral position, right, just checking my quality, make sure I'm in the middle. I'm going to squat, press, and I'm going to bring it back in, come back to neutral, squat, and then again, we can do variation from neutral. So notice, now I've incorporated a little bit of rotation. So remember, these drill steps don't exist in complete isolation. And then also from neutral, I can squat and I can just tap here, come back to neutral and release. And then another one of my favorite ones that I use on a lot of my exercise videos is stir the pot. So it starts like this. Interlock the fingers. Start to turn, drop the shoulders, and from core neutral, start to lower down like this. Now notice I'm maintaining tension on the straps, and now I'm going to gently start to rotate to the side while I maintain the squat. Now this is a lot of work, and in the class, we do about 50 of these. I mean 50 stir the pots, not 50 squats. Yeah. And then back to the center, and then I'm going to, from here, come into neutral. Now my legs are on fire, right? And so just for fun, I'm going to snack back down, back to neutral, squat, neutral, squat, neutral, one more, squat, neutral, and relax. Hope you like those.